Now on Nightside, a Spokane youth center is being shut down. The allegations that led to the state's decision and why one local shelter says the people staying there will have nowhere else to go.
Showers and thunderstorms return for Saturday, plus a tornado reported in Grant County today.
And what the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department wants you to know as we head into Memorial Day weekend. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. We start tonight with breaking news. One person is dead in downtown Spokane. Police tell us they were hit by a car. This happened around 9:15 tonight. Division between Sprague and 2nd Avenue is closed while police investigate. That's where our Nightside reporter Rania Kaur is. And Rania, what can you tell us?
Aaron, here's what we know so far. A car was headed north on Division when it hit someone in the road. Spokane police say that person was taken to the hospital where they died. Police also tell us the driver of the car stayed on scene and is being cooperative. Major Crimes is now investigating, and the road will be closed for some time. There's a lot of people who walk in this area between Sprague and 3rd. The House of Charity is just down the street from me. So is Father Bachhaven, a transitional housing center, and a few more blocks up is 7-Eleven. No word yet on if the driver will be facing charges. We'll update the story as soon as we get more information. Aaron, I'll send it back to you.
Rania, thank you. And more breaking news. The Washington Department of Health is shutting down a youth mental health and addiction treatment facility, saying it didn't cooperate with investigations into sexual misconduct. The DOH started investigating Daybreak Youth Services last year. New on Nightside, Rania Kaur has Daybreak's response.
Daybreak Youth Services on Cowley Street is an inpatient addiction treatment center for teenagers. The Washington Department of Health suspended Daybreak's license Friday, telling them to cease operations and relocate patients. Last February, the state investigated Daybreak after allegations an employee hugged a client, telling her he loved her using prison sign language. The employee also allegedly slut-shamed clients. The Department of Health says Daybreak failed to cooperate with its investigation. It also claimed Daybreak failed to hire qualified candidates, failed to report sexual abuse, and in 2 instances attempted to downgrade grooming and sexual assault to protect the agency. Daybreak has 4 days to appeal the decision. David Smith, Daybreak's attorney, told 4 News Now, quote, "This is a continuation of a dispute that began in August of 2022. And when Daybreak was on the verge of winning, they sought to amend their allegations because they thought Daybreak would win. This is a vindictive and retaliatory filing." The license suspension even impacts those at Crosswalk, a youth homeless shelter here in downtown Spokane. The CEO tells me they've worked with Daybreak in the past.
Some of our kids absolutely in the years that Daybreak has been there have engaged in services from Daybreak.
Fawn Schott, the CEO of Volunteers of America, which runs Crosswalk, says if Daybreak closes, there's not really an alternate place for teens to go for inpatient treatment.
We are lacking those services, and it's going to be a hit to our community and our state to not have those available for young people in need.
Daybreak says it plans to appeal the decision. For 4 News Now, I'm Rania Kaur.
If you felt your allergies going crazy lately, or you've seen the pollen building up on your car, you already know Spokane's allergy report has been medium high for the last week. There is some relief on the way. Pollen.com says our allergy levels are going down this weekend. It'll be a nice relief before the start of a new week. Well, that's video from earlier today. The holiday weekend kicked off with heavy rain and thunderstorms across the area. The big question is how it's going to impact your Memorial Day plans. We'll send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. She's been tracking the weather all night. Chris.
Well, this is as quiet as the radar has been all day. As you take a look now, things have almost completely dried out, but that will not be the case for long. We'll see showers redeveloping overnight and through Saturday. Here's a look at our time lapse from today in downtown, where we got some heavy rain at times, began pooling up on the roads, and it was quite a scene. Some pretty good rumbles of thunder as well. There was a reported tornado in Grant County. Video here courtesy of Sarah Fitch. No injuries, no damage reported, and this is a land spout tornado. A little bit different than your classic supercell tornado. First of all, it does not come from a supercell thunderstorm, but a smaller developing thunderstorm, and it doesn't have the tremendous rotating devastating updrafts of a classic tornado. This is more akin to a water spout, but it happened between about 2 and 3 o'clock today outside of Moses Lake on some farmland just to the north and west of the Moses Lake area. No injuries and no damage. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. We have at least a chance of showers and embedded thunderstorms throughout the entire day, but the best chance will be in the afternoon and early evening. High temperatures in the mid 70s. 70 is our average high. I'll walk you through hour by hour latest thinking on when those showers are going to hit your area. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Well, Spokane police are looking for 2 armed robbery suspects following a standoff in downtown Spokane yesterday. Police say John Gardner and Mary Spencer are armed and dangerous, believing they robbed a woman for her bag at gunpoint at the Haven Apartments near 1st and Division. If you see them, call police. If you know where they are, call Crime Check. Here's the number, 509-456-2233. Most Americans say they support some form of stricter gun control laws. That's according to a new CNN poll. They found there is broad support for preventing anyone under the age of 21 from buying any type of gun. The U.S. remains closely divided about how the availability of guns impacts public safety, with sharp differences in views across partisan and demographic lines. The poll finds 64% favor stricter gun control laws, while 36% are opposed. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of an Idaho couple who have battled for years to develop a piece of property on a wetland next to Priest Lake. The High Court ending a 16-year legal battle, concluding the EPA has overstepped its bounds. The EPA argued that there was a body of water beneath the property that connected to Priest Lake. Developing that land would pollute that waterway and in turn pollute Priest Lake. On Thursday, justices ruled the EPA was overreaching, stating that the Clean Water Act only protects wetlands with a continuous surface connection, meaning these bodies of water have to have a nexus or be connected above ground. A decision that Charles Yates, an attorney representing the Sackett family, calls a major victory.
The Sacketts now, as a result of the finding of the Supreme Court, would be able to proceed with their home building project without seeking a federal permit, without going through this incredibly long, extensive, and expensive process to get a permit from the government.
Spokane Riverkeeper Jerry White says this ruling is a major step backwards. Wetlands are known to filter pollutants and help with flood regulation, and many wetlands are connected underground. So even though a strip of land might separate a few bodies of water, the pollution can travel in the waterways underneath and accelerate pollution rates.
Oftentimes waterways may disappear, wetlands in particular may be separated by small land masses, but in fact the water freely flows between these systems. And pollutants, like all kinds of things like PFAS, polychlorinated biphenyls, very common chemical pollutants will flow right through, whether that has a slight land mass over the top or not.
White suggests that the public stays educated on how waterways work and how to keep them clean. He noted that planting a wide strip of vegetation to filter out pollutants or becoming cognizant of the chemicals we're putting in the water is a good first step. It's customary to place flags through veteran cemeteries leading up to Memorial Day to honor our fallen veterans. Today, some young local kids carried out the time-honored tradition and learned a little bit more about the holiday. The event took place at Fairmount Memorial. Kids from the Northeast Youth Center put pennies on headstones to show the loved ones of those veterans that someone was there to pay their respects. Memorial Day is a time to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our nation, and it's never too early for kids to start learning the significance of this day.
This is our annual trip to the cemetery to pay respect to our veterans, and it's just very fitting for our preschoolers to be here to learn about what Memorial Day is.
If we can impart any kind of knowledge or any knowledge as to what the day means, we hope that it'll carry on into their later life.
Of all the kids who attended the Northeast Youth Center, only a select few were chosen to participate, making this a special invite for them. Fairmount Memorial Cemetery will be hosting events throughout the weekend, including a beer garden, a 5K run, and a car show.
And time for a look at First Sports. I'm Julian Minnesome. The NBA draft is nearly a month away, and teams are narrowing down who they will pick. One of the best teams in the league is eyeing a Gonzaga Bulldog. Gonzaga forward Julian Strawther had a pre-draft workout with the Golden State Warriors today. Strawther said he was happy with the practice and was able to show off his shooting skills. Strawther led Gonzaga with 83 pointers, and that fits with Golden State, who led the league in three-pointers per game this past season. Now, Strawther has no intention of withdrawing from the NBA draft before the deadline of May 31st, but he is coming off his best season at Gonzaga, where he averaged a career high in points, rebounds, and assists. The NBA draft is set for June 22nd. And Strawther did not specify how many teams he's worked out for, but he does think he'd be a good fit with the Warriors. We'll hear from Strawther coming up in our full sportscast. But for now, live in the studio, Julian Minnesome, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Memorial Day sales are heating up. We'll tell you the big ticket items this year, plus terrifying video of an airplane's emergency door opening while the aircraft is still in the air. What police say about the man who pulled the lever.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event, today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda, just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
Don't miss the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy, low-rate financing. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com.
Hondas are piggy banks on wheels. Stylish, athletic piggy banks that save you money at every glorious turn. Legendary fuel efficiency, famous for its resale value, and now with great deals including 2 years complimentary maintenance, it's your chance to get into America's best value brand. So start saving money and drive happy as a pig in. See your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
You know, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Oh, every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Monday on Good Morning Northwest, join us for Memorial Day, plus a special Miracle Monday report.
And later in the week, I'll show you a great service that can give you a little peace of mind the next time you leave on vacation.
We'll see you Monday on Good Morning Northwest, starting at 5 a.m.
It's May Madness at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, as they are loaded up with some of the best used vehicles they've had in years. Plus offering top dollar for your trade-in and delaying payments for 90 days. It's the perfect time to upgrade this week at Dishman.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington's Lottery and Hit 5.
Thanks for staying up with us. An emergency door opening while the airplane is still in the air. Asiana Airlines says 2 to 3 minutes before landing, while the aircraft was about 800 feet from the ground, a man in his 30s sitting in the emergency row opened the door.
The man tried to get off the plane. A flight attendant said, "Help, help," and about 10 passengers stood up and pulled him in.
Police arrested the passenger, saying he confessed to opening the door but gave no reason.
We weren't able to talk properly with him. He was not in a good mental state. He could not even hold himself up.
48 students were also on board traveling to a junior sports festival. For aviation experts, the most pressing question is, how is it even possible for the door to open while still in flight? Airbus said in a statement, quote, "We are looking into the circumstances of this incident. Aircraft doors can usually only be opened upon touchdown." 12 people were treated for hyperventilation, 9 of them in the hospital. All injuries were minor. While many are hitting the road this weekend, tens of millions are also taking to the skies. AAA says this weekend could be the busiest at airports since 2005. The increased pressure on airports is raising concerns about the understaffing of air traffic controllers. U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the FAA has increased hiring efforts but is still recovering from the pandemic.
Optimal numbers that I'd like us to be at are about 3,000 north of where we are.
United Airlines saying the industry as a whole has done a good job to prepare for summer travel by increasing the number of employees on each shift.
Possibility of some isolated thunderstorms overnight tonight. They are still developing around the region, although we are in a lull right now. 54 for an overnight low. Tomorrow, a high of 76. Widespread showers with embedded thunderstorms, very similar to the storms we saw today. They will not last long, but will put down some heavy rain as they are not going to be moving much. Today's storms were essentially stationary. Our forecast radar starting off at the current time. We are very dry, but we'll start to see those showers redeveloping. Here's 2 a.m. and wouldn't rule out a rumble of thunder, so don't be surprised if you get woken up in the middle of the night. 8 o'clock in the morning, some scattered showers around the region, but it's until when we get into the heat of the day that we really see things take off. Here is 1 o'clock. Good time if you are on the lake or out in the mountains to have your weather app with you so you can keep an eye on things. It's an area of low pressure that has been lingering around the inland northwest all week, and it is continuing to bring moisture around into eastern Washington, North Idaho, and western Montana, and producing those showers and thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon and evening, but we've seen them throughout the day. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 70s and 80s around the region, running between 5 and 10 degrees above average. Sunday, we still have a chance of some showers and thunderstorms, but mainly over the mountains. Looks like Memorial Day is going to be completely dry, breezy, a high of 81, and then back to work and school with 70s and 80s and mostly dry conditions next week. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. With the temperatures ramping up for the summer, it's important to protect yourself from the sun. The Spokane Regional Health District shared a few tips to make sure you don't get burned this weekend. One tip is to avoid peak ray times, meaning you'll want to stay in the shade as much as possible between 10 in the morning and 2 o'clock. That's because when the sun's rays are the most intense. Here are 3 things to look out for when choosing the right sunscreen. Make sure it's at least SPF 30. You'll also want one that covers both UVA and UVB rays. Lastly, make sure it is water resistant so you are protected even when you go for a swim. And we are heading into Memorial Day weekend, and many people hitting the road to enjoy some fun in the sun. Many people are expected to take a drive to the water this weekend. At Lake Coeur d'Alene, people are already soaking up the sun and getting out there. The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department is reminding everyone to keep safety in front of mind. On land, if you're grilling, make sure it's far enough away from your home and that the grill is always attended. But if you're on the lake, make sure you're smart about when and if you jump in. It may be warm outside, but Lake Coeur d'Alene's still sitting at only 59 degrees.
If you come down and bring the kids down and they're playing in the water, keep an eye on them. Make sure they're not getting too cold and they're taking some time out to be on shore.
The biggest reminder of the weekend, don't drink and drive, no matter if it's on the water or on land. According to the CDA Fire Department, Memorial Day weekend kicks off the 100 deadliest days of summer. Memorial Day sales are heating up. You can guess the big ticket items this year.
Mattresses, major appliances, home furniture. Those are all going to be on pretty good sales this weekend. And aside from that, also clothing as well.
Well, that's Julie Ramhold, a consumer analyst from dealnews.com. She says the biggest thing is to start shopping as soon as possible. The bulk of the sales will last through Monday night. Compared to last year's sales, inflation has driven the starting prices up. So even if there are the same discounts, that doesn't mean that the prices are going to be as low as they have been. Coming up, how a newly blind cheerleader helped her team win this year's regional cheer competition. That's next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, inside the Vanderpump Rules cheating scandal that became a cultural moment, revealing the obsession with celebrity and gossip, plus honoring the hero that disarmed a mass shooter, saving lives.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
They say there's nothing quite like the open road. I say there's nothing quite like the open road when you're driving a new Toyota from Findlay. But did you know Findlay Downtown Toyota is a great place to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow. Findlay Toyota's downtown.
I had a lot of bad days with gout.
but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Window and Door.
Here's what people are clicking on most on KXLY.com. A moose decided to pay a visit to Selkirk Middle School in Liberty Lake. The school district shared this photo online, made the caption that says Central Valley School District is where everyone belongs, even a moose. Fish and Wildlife says if you spot a moose near your home, don't go near them. They'll typically just move along if you leave them alone. That is good advice.
That is adorable. Here is your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Tomorrow is going to be a little iffy. No matter where you are, where you're watching, you will likely at some point run into a shower or a thunderstorm. The best chance will be in the afternoon and evening, but really could happen anytime during the day. So keep an eye to the sky, especially if you are near water. Sunday, our odds go down. Most likely it's going to stay in the mountains. We may get a shower or two in the valleys. And right now it looks like Memorial Day will be completely dry, maybe a little bit breezy, but should be perfect for services. And with a high of 81 degrees, that breeze might actually be welcome. Here's a look at the temperature trend over the next 7 days. Above average temperatures throughout. This white line is our average high. And that trend is going to continue. This is the latest from the Climate Prediction Center, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's an additional dark red circle right over the Spokane area, Palouse, and the Coeur d'Alene area. We are deep into the darkest reds in terms of above average temperatures for that first week and a half of June. And this is something I would not normally expect, some above average precipitation to go along with it. That tells me we are going to be tracking a lot of thunderstorms over the next couple of weeks. Beautiful picture. I'm afraid the lilac photos are going to be waning here very soon, even though they were a little bit late. Lilacs and butterflies, perfect combination. This photo, a new Pick of the Night contributor, Lucy Finley from Inchelium, where they've had a busy few days of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms like Inchelium. Something about the mountains around there. They just love to pop up right there. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Well, new on Nightside, an Arizona cheerleader born with a degenerative eye disease helped her team win this year's regional cheer competition. Whit Johnson has the story.
Watch 12-year-old Kaylee Harrell practicing with her cheer team at Hillcrest Middle School in Glendale, Arizona. Right there in the middle in the flyer position. The feat all the more impressive because Kaylee is blind.
There's nothing that really goes through my head because I trust them so much.
And those teammates are inspired by her every day.
She shows us that anything's possible with a little bit of hard work.
Kaylee was born with a degenerative eye disease, which has gradually taken her sight. But even at age 6, nothing could stand in her way.
Don't give up with anything.
Before Kaylee lost her vision, she made a bucket list for years, traveling to special places she wanted to see.
There's not words to explain it on how thankful I am that I at least got to see some of the things in the world before I went fully blind, because there are kids that were born that don't have any vision.
First, a gymnast. Then she joined the cheer team after fully losing her sight last year. Her strong performance helping the team win this year's regional cheer competition.
Your Courage Award goes to Kaylee Harrell.
Kaylee also honored with a Courage Award, never afraid to push her limits while motivating others.
The way that you are courageous is to be brave and take risks and see what happens.
The Seattle Mariners were looking for their longest win streak of the season, but the Pittsburgh Pirates, they had other plans. That's coming up next in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
It's finals time, where what happens next lives on forever, where history awaits. And seconds last for eternity. This time is for all time. And that's what makes it beautiful.
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
The Memorial Day savings are on now, this week at Walker's Furniture, with big holiday discounts on all your favorite brands, where you can save more and get more for your home, or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no minimum purchase and no down payment required.
Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish new sectionals, and quality new dining sets all on sale.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less.
It's the biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years this week at the Spokane Valley Mall. As multiple dealers and over 400 top quality used trucks, sports cars, and low mileage SUVs are marked down and priced to sell fast, with top dollar offered for all trade-ins and over $2 million brought in to loan out. Plus, you can even roll some dice for a chance to win $5,000. It's the biggest used vehicle sale in town this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
The red-hot Seattle Mariners were looking to stay hot. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The Mariners entered tonight on a 4-game win streak. They had a chance to make it 5 in a row for the first time this season. Mariners taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates at T-Mobile Park. And on the second pitch of the game, Andrew McCutchen takes it deep. Pittsburgh takes the lead as the Mariners fall behind early on. But Julio Rodriguez says, don't worry, guys, I'll take care of that. Rodriguez hammers that baseball and then is rewarded with the home run trident. You gotta love it. Now in the 5th, still tied, Brian Reynolds slices this one down the line. Taylor Trammell dives, but can't get to it. 2 runs scored for the Pirates as they retake the lead. But the big problem in this game for Seattle was they gave up 7 home runs, including this one by Reynolds. That one bangs off the window of the Hit It Here Cafe. Reynolds probably just reminding you to tip your waiters after the game is over. It was all Pirates in this one. Mariners lose 11-6. The win streak ends at 4. Let's head out to Avista Stadium. Spokane Indians taking on the Vancouver Canadians. A rough start for Spokane's Jaden Hill. First inning, he beams the batter with the bases loaded as a run comes home for the Canadians as they take a 2-0 lead. Now back comes Spokane in the second. Juan Guerrero takes this ball opposite way. A run scores to cut it to a 1-run ball game. Now later in the inning, Ben Sims hits It's this little grounder that finds its way into the outfield, but Zach Kokoska is going to get a little greedy. He tries to go second to home and is tagged out at the plate. Missed chance for the Indians. Now in the third, it is Jordan Beck with a man on base. Hits a deep fly into left. The outfielder's there for the catch, but it slips and allows the run to come home, and we are all tied up. The next inning, it's Sems again. This time he'll find a gap into right center. That brings home Kokoska from second as the Indians take the first lead of the game, and they don't look back. Indians win 10-5 and are now in sole possession of first place in the Northwest League. Now, the Golden State Warriors were a popular team here in the Inland Northwest when they drafted Washington State's Klay Thompson. Now the Warriors are looking at a Gonzaga Bulldog. Gonzaga's Julian Strawther had a pre-draft workout for the Warriors today. The Warriors have the 19th pick in the first round of the NBA draft, which is a little higher than where Strawther has been projected. A number of mock drafts have Strawther going in the second round of the draft. But Strawther's shooting ability fits the Warriors' play style. Golden State has been one of the top three-point shooting teams over the last few years, and that's exactly what Strawther does. Strawther says there are many similarities between Gonzaga and Golden State, which could make him the perfect fit for the Warriors.
High-powered offenses, a lot of transition, a lot of threes. So, coming from Gonzaga, I feel like there's a lot of similarities, and just even the way, playing the right way, playing for your team and not for yourself. Always making the extra pass. I mean, that's something that when you watch a Warriors game, you can tell that all the guys are looking out for each other and just trying to play winning basketball. So that's kind of how we play at Gonzaga as well.
Strawther plans to stay in the NBA draft and not return to school before the May 31st deadline, but he also expects big things from the next set of Zags next season.
I think everything looks really good. Obviously getting Ryan Nembhard was huge. Graham Mike he's special. Just watching the film on him, he looks really good. And I know my guys that's coming back, Nolan, Ben, all them. B Huff gets to get on the court, June gets to get on the court. I feel like it's a special group, and they'll definitely be able to win games. I don't doubt that at all.
Well, the NBA draft is set for June 22nd, and that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
This week on GMA, the Sharks are here for you. Mark, Robert, Barbara, Damon, with real strategies on how you can be successful and get the best deal with real estate.
Are you ready to swim with the Sharks?
Shark-proof your life on Good Morning America.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know everyone has their favorite spot. It's the Memorial Day sale. For a limited time, save 30% store-wide and get 36 months special financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Want to get away? This month, when you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, you'll receive free airfare to a destination of your choice, making it the perfect time to get a new vehicle this week at Dishman.
Get a free Makita Impact Driver Kit or a Pit Boss Grill now when you build a deck with wood decking or TimberTech or Trex composite decking and railing from Par. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this.
The Memorial Day sale, 30% off everything. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Tomorrow will be the wettest day of the 3-day holiday weekend, and even at that, you'll get some nice long breaks. Just keep an eye to the sky. You could get caught in a downpour, and don't leave your car windows open.
Ooh, that is good advice.
I think a lot of people did that today.
I can just, yeah.
A lot of mad dashes to the parking lot.
Everyone got a little soaked today. I hope people packed well for their Memorial Day weekend travel.
Yeah.
We'll find out. If you're still watching this show, I hope you've got major plans tomorrow. We need a break.